Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of my YouTube channel. My name's Jake Fryman. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Community Partners in Dayton, Ohio. This week, I wanted to talk a little bit about the holidays and how that affects home buying. Some people ask me, is the holidays a good time to buy or sell still? How does that affect things? And really, the answer to that is it depends. It depends on your situation. In general, yes. In general, it's still a pretty good time to buy or sell, and I'll explain why. Obviously, your situation might be different if you're going out of town to visit family in a different state. Not a good time. If you got a lot of stuff to do during the holidays, busy time, probably not the best time to do it. But if you have the free time, if you have the flexibility, yeah, it's a pretty good time to buy actually. And here's why. So people are still going to be listing their homes. Some people are trying to sell their home before the end of the year for tax purposes. They're trying to, if they have an extra property or an estate they inherited, they're trying to offload a property before the end of the year for tax purposes, or even just sell their own current home for the tax benefits before the end of the year. So you have that going on. Some people just, now is just the time that they're trying to sell for various reasons. Sometimes people are forced to sell their home for financial or personal reasons. So there's always going to be homes listed during this time of year. So there's definitely some opportunities to strike on that. And if you're a buyer, it's a good time. And here's why: because so many people are busy right now during the holidays. You have holiday parties, school events, work events, your neighbors are having parties, all sorts of stuff is going on where there's other preoccupations going on besides just buying a home. Things do slow down a little bit this time of year for real estate because people are busy with family and the holidays. But hey, people always will need to buy or sell at various times of the year. So this is definitely a good opportunity. And think of it this way too: if you have family coming in from out of state and maybe they've been thinking about moving here, hey, if they're going to be here for a week, why not do a showing or two while they're here? Most realtors, we work all the time. Just contact your agent, see if they have any time to show any houses around the holidays. Maybe not on Christmas, of course, is the day of, but days around that, see if they have some extra time to take your family on some showings to see if they might think about moving into a house up here. It's a good time to think about that while the whole family's here and they can consider moving back up here. Again, if you're going to be out of state, out of town, it's not a great time. But if you're here and if you have some time in between holiday parties, you might be able to beat out some of your competition, because while others are so busy with all their holiday activities, baking cookies, wrapping presents, all that, if you can squeeze in some time to do a showing, to look at a home, you might be able to beat out some competition because there's so many people occupied with other things that they're not thinking about buying a home right now. And if you were able to make some time for that, you could really swoop in and get a good deal on a home, or have less competition on that home because others are waiting until the new year or they're waiting until the spring. They're not thinking about buying a home right now because they're preoccupied at the holidays. And then, of course, if you're selling right now, it can be tough, especially if you've got to sell the home immediately and the holidays are coming up. That might be stressful, but there are still people looking and there are opportunities to still get your home sold. And it's better to do it now than to wait, because the sooner you get on the market, the better. It's always the case. So think about that as we approach this holiday season. We have Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's coming up. You have family coming in. If anyone's been thinking about moving to the Dayton area or anything like that, think about that. Think about maybe carving out some time to go do some showings with them and talk about making that move here. Even if they don't do it right away and they wait till the spring, get the ball rolling now. Talk to your agent now. Talk to a lender now. Kind of get that conversation, get that ball rolling about maybe eventually moving back up here or to here, wherever. And it's a great time to get family and friends together and start thinking about your real estate needs for the next year. Even if you don't do showings actually during the holiday season, as long as you start considering it now and then getting your plan set up and then contacting your agent afterwards, it's a good time to consider your real estate needs for the upcoming year. Hope this was helpful. Hope this gave you something to think about for the upcoming holiday season. Thank you. I'll see you all next week.